What's shaking, bacon? What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new reaction. And today we're watching 18 house details in the UK foreigners don't understand. That's us.
You scared Charlie whenever you first started the video.
Well, she needs to be prepared. We're foreigners.
Okay.
Yeah. We're about to get into it. Go into the channel, hit that subscribe button, drop a like for more reactions like this.
She's being weird. I don't know.
She is. Maggie's asleep and Charlie's being weird.
Charlie.
Come here.
Come get on the couch.
Come on. Stop being weird. You better be loud.
Great Britain, a country of centuries-old traditions, and some of them might seem strange to foreigners. But the Brits aren't in a hurry to change something just because the rest of the world does it differently. Welcome to an English home, and be ready for a surprise in almost every room. Double faucets. These are double faucets for
You mean double taps. He's already wrong. He's already wrong.
He's a foreigner.
What the
hot
heck?
and cold water in Britain. When they first appeared, boilers were used to heat water, where the bacteria Listeria would thrive. People were at risk of getting infected when they used the hot water, while the cold was pure and could be used for drinking. To avoid an outbreak of listeriosis, authorities forbade mixing the hot and cold water. The time of old boilers passed long ago, but separate faucets can still be found there, mostly in older homes. Wondering how they wash their hands? The Brits kid that they've gotten used to moving their hands very quickly between the two faucets.
That's how they do.
If you don't have this skill, you can mix the water in the sink, which is good for conserving it too. Another option is to buy a special attachment that mixes the water. Water laws. In 1965, still another rule about water was accepted. The tap with hot water has to always be installed on the left side when it's possible to do so. This is done for people with poor sight who might not see where it is and get burnt.
I think that's a thing over here too. I think, let's see, our kitchen, yeah, hot.
It's on the
And then the bathroom. Yeah, I think that's everywhere.
I think it's universal.
Yeah, that's cool.
Electricity in bathrooms. You won't find outlets in the bathroom. The voltage in Great Britain is higher than in North America, and in order to avoid an electric shock, there are even pull-string light switches there. They're totally safe, no matter how damp it is.
No, we have an outlet literally right next to our sink. Like here's where you're washing your hands. Here's the outlet. That
and
close.
I have my straightener plugged in there.
And I got my toothbrush plugged in there.
Not at the same time.
But
I can't plug it in with that one.
British safety rules also demand that you shouldn't be able to plug something in an outlet when you're in the water. That's why there are outlets in the kitchen where you have contact with the water, but don't get into it. Other countries have different rules, but they might not be as safe. Plugs. The plugs themselves are different. They have 3 pins instead of 2.
Weird.
Power outlets have an on switch, which is good since you don't have to unplug the device after charging it.
that is so smart.
Why don't we have those?
I don't know. What? Like,
We would save so much energy. If
exactly.
We had
That is like one of the smartest things I've ever seen.
Our bills would be so cheap.
If you could just turn it
Turn
like,
it off.
because you always forget to unplug it.
Oh, hello.
Well, I get, we'd probably forget to turn it off too, though.
Yeah.
But being able to do it, you might do it more, though. So,
Simply turn off the outlet itself. But if you forget to turn it on and start charging your smartphone at bedtime, you might just oversleep.
yeah, true.
Yeah,
Washing machines in the kitchen.
that would be our luck.
Washing machines are tucked in the kitchen because, you guessed it, there are no outlets in the bathroom. British homes are usually smaller than North American ones.
So they don't have a utility room?
Well, he's getting into that. It's smaller. The houses are smaller, so they don't know. Yeah, most houses over here, you'll have a utility room where your washer, your dryer, and like your water heater and everything is.
Ours is a utility garage.
Yeah.
And detached or semi-detached houses often don't have separate laundry rooms or even dryers. To dry clothes, they hang them outside on clotheslines.
I hate
Reverse
that.
What, clotheslines?
Yes, I hate... Let me explain. Some people may know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you do or not. I hate when my clothes smell like outside.
Nah. I just hate it because, like, when you bring your, like, jeans in, they're, like, super freaking firm. Like, they're
Yeah.
not soft. They're just, like, they're crusty.
Yeah. I just don't like my clothes to smell like outside.
Nah.
Like, you know how... Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whenever somebody is outside for a long period of time and they come in, you're like, ooh, you smell like outside.
Well, yeah, but, like...
That's what your clothes smell like.
No.
Yes.
Nah.
Take a good whiff.
Switches. Switches in Britain are reverse. You need to flip them down to turn the light on and flip them up to turn it off.
What the heck?
Where does
Why?
this tradition come from?
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
Oh.
It's just a convention. Interior doors. Now, what could be so unusual about doors? Well, they don't open to the perpendicular wall, but to the parallel wall. It might seem strange, but it's good for privacy. Nobody will see you without clothes on if you're changing and forget to lock the door. Carpeting.
That kind of makes sense. I guess here it kind of just depends on how you install the door, I
Right.
guess. Yeah, I don't know if there's a certain way that it has to be. I'm trying to think. No? Like our old house, all the doors opened to the wall. To where if it was open, you could see into the room.
Yeah.
Huh, that's weird.
Wall-to-wall carpeting can be found anywhere in the house. Sometimes in the bathroom too.
Gross.
If you
Absolutely
buy
not.
or rent a house, this won't even be mentioned in the ad. There's not usually another option. Closets.
Nah, it's
As
carpet in the bathroom,
That's too
that's gotta go.
That's too
Ugh.
That's gross.
common houses are normally small. There isn't much free space for full-size closets. People try to use every square foot to tuck them in, like the place under the stairs, which is usually pretty steep.
You mean Harry Potter's room?
Windows. Windows are open either out, up, or down, but not inside. It makes sense if you have a small room, but just think about how you'd wash the windows. Victorian windows usually have only one glass pane, and you can't change them to modern ones, since old buildings should remain untouched. The Brits also don't use curtains, only blinds, which are very thick and have several layers.
See, we just have curtains. We don't have blinds.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wish we had blinds.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Air conditioning. There aren't often air conditioners in British homes, since the temperature in summer doesn't usually get too hot. That's why windows are used for ventilation and have built-in air circuits.
Do they have humidity like we do?
No. And they don't. And I don't think you'll have like the amount of bugs we do either. Like I'm pretty sure they have like screens over their windows so
Yeah.
bugs don't get in, but I don't think it's nowhere near as bad here.
Why do we still live here?
I don't know.
It's so humid
I
in
know,
summer.
I
It's
know.
like 115
fresh-
degrees Fahrenheit outside with the humidity of 120.
Yeah.
And you mean
Air
to
can
tell me
get
it's like
inside
65?
even when windows are closed. Can you imagine what kind of air leaks they have? That's why special long pillows that prevent drafts are in great demand. Covered-up windows. There are hundreds of old houses in Britain with covered-up windows. If this isn't strange, then what is? Well, it also has a reasonable historic explanation. The window tax, introduced in 1696,
They're
levied a
taxing
tax
windows?
on property owners based on the number of windows they had. The more windows the house had, the more tax the owner had to
But I
pay.
say I would board every single one of mine up. Forget that.
No sunlight.
Usually, it was the rich who had larger houses with more
Right.
windows.
That makes sense.
So the government thought it was a brilliant way to make them pay more taxes. Poor people with fewer than 10 windows were exempt from the window tax altogether.
Oh well, damn. 10.
Hold
You
on.
were allowed 10 windows.
1, 2, 3,
3.
4. We only have 4.
Well, the one on the door. The door windows count.
I don't know. Probably.
So 5.
We
So we're
should be
good. We're
exempt.
good anyways.
Those people who couldn't afford to pay the higher taxes, or who had dozens of windows in their big mansions and wanted to economize, would build over the windows. When the tax was canceled, people were probably so used to the darkness that they didn't bother to remove the bricks from the windows.
I don't blame them.
Cold inside houses. It's usually very cold in British homes during the cold season. Heating fees are high, and the Brits prefer to wear layers of warm clothes rather than receive huge bills. Some people turn the heat off for a whole night and take a hot water bottle to bed. The government even had to decree that it shouldn't be colder than 64 degrees inside.
Shoot.
Pipes on the house front. Another detail that strikes strangers is that water and sewer pipes aren't underground, but attach right to the front of the house.
That's what those are.
This is
Yeah.
also part of an old tradition when plumbing was much simpler. Garbage cans.
Interesting.
Garbage cans stand close to the main entrance, as if they were the owner's pride. The true reason is far more practical, though. This is done for the garbage collector's convenience. In the 19th century, People used to burn their waste in the backyard, and ash collectors would take the ash that was left after burning.
What the heck?
By the 20th century, the amount of waste got bigger and too much ash would be left over. Ash collectors were wasting too much time getting to the backyard. That's why authorities changed the waste policy and obligated people to put their garbage cans in front of the street door for quick collection.
See,
Small-
we have to take ours like out to the road. It doesn't matter if your garbage can's out front. If like our driveway's so long, the garbage people will just keep on going. They do not care. You have to take it to the road. So like, if you forget, it sucks. Like I was talking about this earlier or the other day. The biggest L you can take as an adult is forgetting garbage day.
Yeah.
Because like you're paying for it and you got all this garbage built up and you just forget to take it to the road. And now you're stuck with it for a whole nother week. It's
a big
terrible.
Yards. There's often not much space in the backyard for a garbage can anyways. Some British houses on the main streets of the town are only a dozen feet wide and have a super narrow backyard. But still, they cost much more than houses on side streets. The reason is quite simple. Everybody wanted to live on the main street, no matter how small the house is. And they still do.
Why?
See, a
Mail
lot of people
delivery.
like on the Outdoors channel at our old house, they were like, how the heck is your yard that big? And like that's not even like really that big of a yard
No.
here. Like the house that we were living in was on like barely an acre of land.
Right.
And like that's really not that much here. That's like a normal plot.
Yeah, that's like
Especially
a normal amount.
Yeah, especially like here in rural Kentucky.
Anywhere from like a half acre all the way up to a little over an acre is
That's just normal.
It's a typical amount.
And people were like, "Oh my, how do you have that much yard? It's crazy."
Front doors have special slots for the mail, and letters and newspapers fall right to the floor of the entry. If there's no slot, the mail is tucked under the front door. You remember that episode in Harry Potter
Yes.
when dozens of letters from Hogwarts flew through that slot inside the house? Now you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Milk doors.
we would never see our
Old
mail.
houses also have special tiny doors for milk.
We would never see the mail.
Nah.
Maggie would take it and run
Yeah.
off with it every single time. Look at her.
Oh my god.
Oh. Look at that sweet girl.
Are we boring you? She doesn't care.
No.
She is.
She's so used to it.
See, our mail lady, she won't even get out of the car because she got bit by the people that used to live where we live now. They had like a really mean dog and it bit her on the butt. I know it sounds like a movie. Literally
real.
happened. She hates it. She hates coming here. They don't even live here anymore. She knows that it's us and like our dogs are nice and they're not even outside when she brings the mail anyways. She won't do it. We barely get our mail in our mailbox at the end of the road. It's ridiculous.
Our dogs are usually asleep upstairs by the time that she drops off the mail.
Yeah. So
Doesn't matter.
She ain't even got worried, but nope, she don't care.
They seem strange now that you can go to any supermarket and buy milk that stays fresh for months. But until the middle of the 20th century, dairy factories delivered milk right to the buyers' houses.
Okay,
People would
yeah.
leave empty bottles on the porch or behind a special milk door that used to open both from the inside and the outside. I
the
think
heck?
that's still a great idea.
Yeah.
And finally, this bonus. Remember when I spoke about wall-to-wall carpeting earlier? Well, there's a special pond near London where if you drop your wallet into the water, the carpfish there will pass the wallet around to each other and then toss it out of the water back to you. It's called carp-to-carp walleting. I'm sorry, I couldn't.
What? Is this real life?
He got me. He got me. Carp to carp walleting. Carpet to carp. Carpet wall to wall.
I get it.
Yeah. You didn't seem like you got it.
If you would have hit my forehead, we would have fought on camera.
But alright guys, that is going to do it for today's reaction.
I did know that they had carpet in their bathrooms.
Yeah. Well, old houses here used to have that too.
Yes.
I think it was just like an old thing.
I don't know why I got started.
I don't know who. I don't know.
Who said, let's put the carpet in the bathroom?
Yeah. I mean, just one, wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, just stumble down there, try to pee in the dark or something.
All
It's
over
over.
the carpet.
It's over. And
All
it's,
over the carpet.
Oh, no. But alright guys, that is going to do it for today's reaction. If y'all want to see more reactions like this, let us know by hitting that like button. Thank you guys so much for watching. JT,
And Anna.
and we out.
Bye.